How's it going, YouTube? Base Insider 60 here, and I hope you're having a great St. Patrick's Day, and I hope you're not drunk or anything right now. Today, I'm going to be bringing you some another topic that I've been kind of put attention to, and the background gameplay is of Contract Wars, one of the probably the biggest FPS free-to-play shooters I've seen so far, and I'm hoping to like play the new game that they're coming out with, Escape from Tarkov. Yeah, and I go 13 and 17 in this round, and just it's all right in my books. But today we're going to be talking about the about college education because I've been seeing this a lot lately, and it's been around for a couple of years. Just my opinion on degrees that you should invest your time into, or some degrees that you totally avoid altogether. I'm going to go with the pros first. Okay, one of the biggest degree plans you can go for that pays the big bucks, but is very challenging at the same time, and only a few people can do it. But I mean, you have to be very determined, very skilled, very don't give up. It's got to be the STEM jobs: science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And don't forget nursing too. All of those require a lot of challenging classes, a lot of thinking, a lot of hard work and stuff like that, and that's why only a few people actually come out from getting those degrees, and it's because the just the coursework and learning from them are pretty difficult, and very few people can actually manage that. So, but at the end they pay the big bucks, and you can see it's just almost six-figure salaries, or even six-figure salaries from that. Engineering could be like computer engineering. That's even a degree plan. Petroleum engineering, which is kind of on a shaky side right now because what's going on with the oil. People are getting fired, getting laid off left and right. I know Halliburton had to let go of 5,000 other people. But I mean, it doesn't mean that you can't go there either. And then you got your science, your technology, mathematics, stuff like that. They're gonna pay you really well. And your nursing field, then you have to go to med school. A lot of these classes you have to go to graduate school in order to get the big bucks. Um, and they offer a lot of internship programs and stuff like that, from what I can understand. But I am not a STEM student, so I'm only saying what I've observed of it. Um, Another good field to get into would probably have to be, let's say, criminal justice. This is more of like a almost kind of a middle ground, and this is the degree plan I'm actually going for. But with this is the only reason you will need a criminal justice um, degree is if you're going for like a big position, like you're probably going for the FBI or the for like the DEA, ATF, possibly even Secret Service. But I think they require more of a master's degree. But however, with this, you actually if you want to just become a cop, just your good old neighborhood sheriff or cop that patrols around, you might want to just stick with getting an associate's degree. And if you want to get to the FBI, I would actually recommend just getting a bachelor's degree. But with the FBI, however, you can actually just get a any degree like an accounting, engineering, uh, language, and stuff like that because the FBI is actually very diversified now, and just about anybody with those kind of skills can go in there. But one of the things is that with the FBI, a lot of people have law enforcement degrees, and there's going to be just a big pool of them while everyone else has this diversified skill, and it's just something like that. Uh, and I mean, you have to get out and get very skilled at this stuff. Build a skill set. Try to get try to minor in something else, and that's why I'm trying to minor in computer sciences so I can at least work with the intelligence division. If I ever do get into the FBI, I have that computer knowledge. Another field, obviously, I pointed it out: accounting and business. Yeah, I mean, everyone at least should take a business class once in their life in a when they're in their college career. I remember somebody told me that while I was working. She told me that everybody should at least take one business course when they're in college because one of the biggest things, and one of my old economics teachers said that everyone should at least own a business once in their life because it shows you stuff like that. It shows you the struggles, the benefits, and just the overall reality of owning a business, like everyone dreams of becoming an entrepreneur. And yeah, those are the big jobs right now that can get you a very secure future, and they're worth it for college education. Um, a lot of these things you need to like do some networking, some internships, stuff like that, and building a skill set proper to fulfill that job. Now let's go to the cons of college degrees, and I'm gonna say without a doubt most liberal arts degrees, i.e., like social sciences, such social studies, English, poetry, arts, stuff like that. There is not a big demand in those in any job field right now. Um, employers aren't really looking for employers in reality don't even look. They most of them I know don't look at what you've majored in. They want to know what kind of college they want proof that you have a college degree, and this is where I'm going to come with kind of an agreement that that's what they want. They want to know that you have proof of a college degree. Now, but there are still going to be a lot of employers that like say what you major in, you have the skill set, and then with any job, you need to have that proper skill set built. And that was the problem with some of the people is that so many people don't have that skill set that they need to go out to the real world. So they have these degrees and jobs. They have these degrees and stuff, but they don't have jobs or they're underemployed. And a lot has to do with what they picked in college. So people studied, liberal. They have any kind of liberal arts degree. This guy has like an English degree and he can't find a job as like an English teacher or a like a writer or anything. It doesn't bring them. And if they do, it doesn't bring them much money. And a lot of these people that have these arts degrees, they don't really have a good skill set, or at least some of them don't, and they can't really find a job anywhere. And if they do, it's very underemployed. And I remember psychology actually being one of the worst, being that it's you only get, I think the annual salary for a lot of those psychologists is probably $28,000. So you're gonna have to do something else to secure yourself, because I'm pretty sure 28,000 bucks ain't gonna get you anywhere. And yeah, that's pretty much the cons. Another con would probably just be, dang, I'm trying to think this out of my head because it's a lot. There's some degrees, but I would say like a big chunk of liberal arts degrees are pretty bad. And everyone's thinks still as well. But yeah, the thing with college, it's not about what it's. The thing is that it's what besides what degree you get, it's about building a skill set that you need to actually be effective in the workplace, and it also is networking and trying to get opportunities at hand. Um, I mean, that's the whole overall notion of it. If you can have the degree, but if you don't have the skill set, then or any specialties, then you'll probably just be unemployed or underemployed. So that's pretty much this rant. That's not rant, but discussion. Hopefully you liked your video, and Base Insider 60 signing out.